Hello, lovelies. This is Ray Johnson, the sunshine, and this and the star is sadly a shooting star because she's not here today, not able to be here, but she'll join us back again for next week. I have our special guest, Parker Newman.
Yep.
You may recognize him from season 1 of the podcast, and now you get to see his face in season 2.
Hooray.
And with the proposition of this episode, you said you wanted to talk about...
The non-existent love life.
The non-existent love life.
Oh no, the problem is that there's waves of it. So
Waves? What, is this like first, second, third
people
feminism?
well, people always say that, like, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. That's BS. It's like I've never loved before, obviously.
Wait, why do you say obviously like that?
That's not my personality, so it's so
What?
So basically, like, it's like it's never like I've never had that like love. Like
Yeah.
I'm someone, like, even when I dated people in high school, was like I didn't say like I love you because it's like when I do say it like to someone, like, that's gonna be like real.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be that BS like high school love. And that people always say that I was like, you say it because probably you feel obligated to, and you're probably just more. And if there is like sincere emotion behind it, it's more like probably infatuation than anything else.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know.
That was deep, bro.
Not really.
So I'm just curious. I want to expand on...
This is going to be a very fun podcast episode.
I wanted to expand upon what you said about, like, infatuation with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how you've come across the ideal of that being the case in a situation. So,
like, wait, what do you mean? Like, how's that happen to me?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm a loser.
No!
Just kidding. So basically, the idea of infatuation is, like, I especially think when you're younger, maybe in college age, you probably like the idea is like, and this is what happens, like, it sucks for me because I feel like a lot of girls that have liked me, or most that I've dated, didn't really like care for me.
Oh.
Well, like, that's the deal. It's like I've yet to find someone that like I truly felt sincerely cared for me. Yeah. Will I find that person? Who knows? But the idea is like, so like those girls that did like me, or even some girls I've liked, is like, I think you learn later, it's like they more so like the idea of you. They like if they see me joking around all the time, they like that side of me. They're not gonna like the other like 80% of who I am, because like I'm not gonna be jokey and like super, I don't know, not like super laid back all the time, because that's not like that's not a human being.
Yeah.
That's not normal. If I'm joking 24/7, that's weird.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm like a personality, like, and that's the deal, is like I know, and I don't mean to be arrogant, but it's like if there's a girl I like, and like social situation, like I know how to kind of like, I guess, turn the charm on, but it's like,
turn the charm on,
I mean, it has a 30% success rate. I'm just
how you have an exact percentage.
That's at least a success rate.
It's something, I guess, but
Max, this episode's not about you. You're supposed to be sitting
up,
there,
Max.
be quiet, and observe.
I'm talking about...
Sorry for that
talking
little
about-
PSA directed at just one person. Sorry, I need to adjust the camera.
No, finish, Ray. What are you gonna say?
No, I was just trying to adjust the camera. Go ahead. You go ahead. You talk about your 33% rate.
So no, I'm just saying, but it's like the deal. So the deal is like that. It's like, so people like, you do it, but it's like, are they really seeing like the true side of you? Because it is easy for me, especially around like someone you're into, or someone you find attractive, to like put on an act.
Right. Yeah.
And so, and vice versa. But I don't know. It's weird. I think it's really weird to be a guy. No, I mean, I'd be a guy like in modern day world trying to like date or anything like that, because I feel like, like guys just don't know what to do, like, overall. And I mean by that, but like in terms of like the rules and like the social boundaries between like genders, between like how you're supposed to act a specific way if you're into this person, that's all been broken down, right? Like there are no rules anymore, and for guys that makes us super confused to where like we don't know like how much like in terms of, like even just flirting with a girl, like talking to her first, like how forward with myself should I be? Because right, like think like and literally think about like go back even like 1800s, right? No, like seriously, like it's like to let a girl know you're interested in her would literally be like you'd make like contact, like some sort of physical contact, and that'd be like you would hold her hand as she would walk up into like a carriage or a horse or something. Like, but you know what I'm saying? But like that's super small nowadays. Like that's kind of weird to think about. But yet there was these clear like social signs and social rules.
Yeah.
To like dictate or like to clarify. I think that's the biggest thing, to clarify where you stood. Like, you know exactly why this person's doing this. Like you go, you know, what was it? Girls used to drop like their handkerchief, right?
Yeah.
And forget, because that was a girl making a pass at a guy.
Yeah.
And that's a very clear sign. Nowadays, I feel like the equivalent, if you did the equivalent of that, I don't know what exactly that would be off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It'd be more like a hookup, right? It wouldn't be a relationship. And you have a bunch of guys that, especially nowadays, it's sad. Because you have a bunch of guys that do not know how to operate in a romantic relationship, like in a healthy way. And think about it, it's like we've grown up in a generation of people that like, most of us come from broken households. So it's like, we don't know, a lot of us don't know what a healthy marriage or healthy, you know, relationship between a man and a woman looks like. So it's weird. So it's like, well, what do we have to, what's the basis we have to go on to like accomplish? Like, what are we really going after? And many times it's like, I think just like more just physical affirmation. So like, I think like a hookup and, you know, I think a clear thing in like terms of boundaries, like sex, right? Like, there's a great video about this, a video comparing the differences in cultural values between, and this was an older video, but you still find it, between the 1990s when the video was made and the 1950s.
Oh, interesting.
And the documentary filmmaker interviewed a taxi driver from New York City who was a teenager during the 1950s.
Okay.
And he was saying, he's like, you know, he talked to some of his other coworkers, a younger guy. He's like, yeah, I'm living with a girl, like my girl. And he said it became apparent that girl he was talking about living with wasn't his wife. And so he's like, you know, in the 1950s, he's like, that would have been a scandal. He's like, people like, he's like, nowadays it's so trivial. Like no one thinks twice about it.
Especially because back then, when you would say my girl, it's assumed that it is the wife.
Well, yeah, it's also, but it's like, and he was saying, like, obviously people like have like sex and like you probably had casual sex, probably not as much, but it still happened.
Yeah.
But it's like
definitely not as advertised as much.
Yeah, but it was much more taboo. It wasn't something that was like openly accepted as this is okay or this is like, morally right.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah. Generation sucks.
No, that was a lot of really good information though.
Well, it's yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, I mean honestly, I love your answers and this information. It's really insightful. So obviously, since I'm not a guy, and you know, and you are, okay. I'm curious. So. I'm curious about when you. This is something I don't know. No, I'm curious about when you mentioned flirting, because as soon as you talked about that, I was thinking about, from my point of view as being a girl, about how, like, even just growing up in middle school and stuff like that, when guys and girls are starting to be like, oh yeah, like, kind of you, but kind of, I guess I'm liking the opposite sex or whatever, you know, I'd find that people would, like, later admit that they, like, had a crush on me or whatever, and I just didn't know. Like, I was so oblivious.
No, that's happened to me, like, so many times.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny, nowadays, there's just that much more confusion about, like, being nice to someone and, like, flirting.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
so
I want your thoughts.
Okay, so in my honest opinion, girls can be extremely naive on this, extremely, more so than guys. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. 90, or I'll say 80, be nice. I'll be 80% of the time, if a guy who's single and is straight is asking a girl who's not in a relationship and they haven't, like, you know, it's not dictated that we're just a friendship, and he's going out of his way to hang out with you, something's going up. Something's up.
Something's okay.
So, like, here's like the deal. It's like, I've heard this. I think it's true. Men are able to I can't basically divide. I'll say I can't pronounce the other word, but like compartmentalize. Relationships.
Yeah.
Right. So like so think of it like literally like a waffle. So like literally like one section is like work relationships.
Yeah.
Another section is like friends from college, friends from high school. And then romantic relationship.
Oh.
Like but I'm saying like these are different. Like we're able to divide it very evenly.
Yeah.
Or not evenly, but easily. It's like, but girls, you want to go from a waffle to like a spaghetti. No, like the relationships, the way they perceive everything is so mixed together.
Oh, okay.
It's all just clumpled up in there. And for guys, we don't get that. Because to us, that means, you don't prioritize us, or you don't prioritize certain things.
Huh.
You don't see things clearly. So like, for example, like, okay. So I asked.
Here we go.
No, okay, let me explain this. No names, but so there was a girl I was like trying to talk to, and so I asked like, hey, like you want to get like, go off campus to get food, one-on-one. And no, it wasn't technically a date, right? Because we were still trying to get to know each other.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking.
But I thought it was I think you would agree, that's a very clear signal that I'm interested. Especially if
like
you're going
off campus
one-on-one, not on a group of friends.
Yeah.
And this person later was like, I had no clue. I was like, how the heck? Like, how'd you not have any clue? Like, I was like, are you kidding me? You had no clue? Like, what are you talking about? You had no clue. Like, how much more obvious? And then we hung out one-on-one like the next 3 days later. Like
it was like you showed up with like flowers and stuff.
No, I was like how much more like. What do you think I'm talking to you for? Like,
I'm actually talking to you because I'm not interested. No.
Yeah, I want to be friends. That's what every guy wants to hear. That
the look on your face, though, like.
No, let me say this. Girls don't get this. Girls, listen. Whenever a guy tells you that he likes you, and you say, "Well, I like you," but as a friend, that's worse than saying, "I hate you and I want you to die."
Oh no!
It's worse. It's worse. It's worse than that. Guys would rather hear, "I flat out hate you." Guys would rather say, "I flat out hate you. Never talk to me again," more than they would want to hear, "I like you as a friend." Because here's the deal, shoot me now, okay? Like literally, I've been like, here's what that means. How I don't care how girls say it, but what I do. It's like,
wow. Okay, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, from the male perspective, that means we have failed and we have wasted our time.
Oh no!
Trying to win, like it literally feels like we have somewhere along this journey, we have either skipped a step or we have messed up so hard that we have just screwed up the way you perceive us.
I mean, that does make sense.
I guess so. Like, let me tell you this one thing. Now, I don't think she'll watch this. I'll say it. So, let me tell you, the last girl I talked to. You want to know what was said? So we were talking for a while, and then I was just honest. I was like, and we were like having an honest discussion about potentially dating or like seeking a more serious relationship.
Yeah.
And so I asked her straight up, like, "Are you attracted to me?"
Oh.
Well,
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I asked her straight up, "Are you attracted to me?" And she said.
Oh no, the smile! Oh no!
She said, "Emotionally, yes." And I was like,
I'm a girl and I don't know what that means.
It means the physical attraction ain't there, Chief. It means...
No, I mean, like, why you would, like, phrase it exactly that way, like...
Because she meant physically no. That's why she said it. So here's the thing. No, so let me ask...
Why don't you just...
Let me finish. So, like, she said... So I asked her. I asked her straight up. I'm like, so physically no. She's like, not yet. And I'm like...
Yet?
Well, let me finish because it gets weirder.
Okay, sorry.
So basically, I'm like, so like straight up with me, like, do you think I'm a good looking or a handsome guy? And she's like, no, I do. Like, she's like, when I first met you, I thought you were like, I thought he was, he's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, no, like, well, like, cool, but that makes no sense to me. Like, as a guy, I'm saying as a guy. I assume it's for most. I just thought it was for most people. Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't. That doesn't make sense.
Whenever
to
I
me either.
see someone, just who I think is like a pretty girl.
Yeah.
That because I think they're pretty, therefore I am physically attracted to them.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm going on a date with them? No. Does it mean I like them? No. Right? Because I don't know them, and they could be a jerk. Right? It's just like for most people, it's like physical attraction is like the number one step.
Yeah,
It's
true.
like because it's the first thing you notice.
It's like a talking point.
But I don't
people,
get. I don't understand that. How can you think someone is good looking or like handsome?
Like initially, and
yeah,
then
but not be physically attracted.
yeah,
because that's here's the deal.
Nah.
It's like because here's what I told this to one of my friends, and his take on it was, I think he's true, which made it kind of stink. He said, from what it sounds like she what was the words? Oh yeah, it sounds like she thinks you have some good features, but as an overall package, is just not attracted to you. I was like, dang, dude, you're probably right.
I mean, that does sound kind of harsh, but I guess that's what it means.
I guess. So, dude, it's so weird because, like, I've been called, like, handsome or good looking by other girls.
Yeah, boy.
So I've been called, like, but here's the deal. It doesn't matter. The last girl who you actually liked says that she's not physically attracted to you, kills you. Like, here's the deal.
Because it does linger in your mind.
Here's what girls, again, don't understand. I would rather a girl hate me, but still find me physically attractive, than a girl to be my friend and be like, he's not physically attractive.
I suppose that's.
I think most guys can relate to that. Yeah. I think most guys are like, yeah, dude. Like,
guys, comment below if you can relate to that.
I'm sorry, but like, and here, it's weird because here's the deal. It's like, guys right now, I think just overall in relationships, we're so terrified of being the sole fighter to like the only one fighting for the relationship. So here's the deal, because it gets old after a while. Like I think it's just societal norms. It's just normal for a guy to like be the first one to ask, like to go on a date or just even hang out.
Yeah, it is true.
Guys get so bored, and guys are questioning themselves. Like, am I just like, to be honest, simping right now? I know some girls are, oh, simping's stupid, but no, simping's like, but simping is a real fear, because the thing about the idea of simping is like you don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want to be manipulated by a girl who's not reciprocating the same feelings or the same care.
Yeah, you don't want to be naive or anything.
Yeah, so it's like, no, sorry. So
it's
okay. Like you don't want to just like put all your hard work into something that's not being reciprocated. So the guys, it's like, I don't want to, it's scary. It's like, I don't want to put myself in a situation to where nothing's being reciprocated. To where like, and like for me, it's like, I'm okay. Like if 80% of the time I'm making the plans or I'm asking to hang out, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's so great to have that 20% where I'm not doing that and she's the one doing it.
Right, yeah.
It's so great because it's like, it affirms to me that it's not just one-sided.
Yeah. I also feel bad for like guys in general just dating in this modern world because of that societal norm of the guys asking the girl out. Because I know as a girl, when
did you
I happened to do, I did ask David out, yeah.
See, David, if you're listening to this, you have no idea how lucky you are. Holy cow. A girl asked you out. That's never happened.
Technically, I prompted him to, or he
You prompted him?
Yeah. Like,
that happened to me in high school.
Yeah.
No, okay, so I was in theater class.
But that made me nervous. I can only imagine how much nervous guys are, asking a girl out.
Can I tell you a story? So one of the girlfriend I had in high school, and I had a girlfriend because it was like 2 weeks. That doesn't really count. Anyway, so I sat next to her in theater class. And she texted me, and she was, like, flirting with me, and I could tell. And I think I kind of liked the attention, because I was coming out of the awkward puberty stage, so like, my looks were starting to settle down. I was like, okay, cool. Hey. And so, like, and so later she texted me, she was like, and she did this move on her earlier boyfriend, I found out. But anyway, she this is a move she had. I think a lot of people do. She's like, so we're, like, dating, right?
Oh, okay.
I was like,
okay,
sure,
okay. I see you.
But here's the deal: I didn't really like her. I didn't even find her that attractive.
Wow.
Well, like she's not ugly, but it's
no,
like,
I know. I'm just
but like she's not like I would never call her beautiful.
The look that you just had, I can't.
Well,
like,
sorry, but like. Oh, you're.
Oh no! Oh no! Hello. I'm sure you appreciate this view. Hey.
Dude, honestly,
such an attractive angle.
My luck with relationships.
Such an attractive angle there.
I would say my luck with relationships sucks. Just sucks. Like my luck, dude, and like legit, like I don't like people like when I see when they have a happy couple or something, literally like they have no idea like how lucky they are. It's like someone cares.
Oh, I definitely know. I'm looking
No,
like,
but like, it's not that like when I see a guy, it's not that you have like a pretty girlfriend or anything. It's that someone cares.
Someone cares.
Like
Yeah.
if something bad happens to you tomorrow, someone will be sincerely heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
Who won't be like your immediate family. There will be someone who's not related to you by blood who will care.
Who will care? Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, that's very fair.
There's someone out there that sincerely wants to hang out with you who's not just a bro. Like here's the deal, like that's the deal. It's like I've yet to find anyone who like cares. In my opinion, like sincerely cares. And like for me it's like what does it mean to sincerely care? It means that like it's reciprocated.
Yeah.
It means that like you take time out to hang out with me. And I've yet to find
I mean, hey, the good thing is that even though society pressures like rushing into love, with like getting married young and stuff like that, especially.
That's a good point. This is another really great point.
There really is more time than we think.
So here's the problem. I want you to know your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Every girl I hear is like, well, it's great in a relationship we start out as friends, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a terrible advice. That's terrible. Let me tell you why. It's so girls, whether they realize it or not, it's easier for them to friend zone a guy who's interested in them than it is for a guy. Guys,
that's true,
many times, not all the time, because I've had to friend zone a girl, but it's like or two. But it's like many times, like guys are like so, like oh cool, like a attractive girl likes me, and that can be there's a flip side of that where it's like it can be sad because I think especially some guys are like, they're like well shoot like if they know. And they know, they hear down the pipeline that an attractive girl likes them.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shoot, dude, I don't even care about her personality because she's attractive, she's like physically attractive. So it's like, I better seize this opportunity because who knows when the next attractive girl will just suddenly like me for whatever reason. Yeah. Like literally, that's the idea. Like that's the mentality. It's like, I better jump on this because I don't want to wait like 2 more years before another attractive girl likes me. But so anyway, it's like, I think guys are just so smitten when a girl likes them. Like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. We'll just go on a date. Girls are, for whatever reason, I think more lenient because they have more power, at least initially, within the relationship. They have more hearsay because it's the girl saying yes or no, right? Because the guy is asked.
Oh, that is true.
So the girls have, but anyway, it's like, the thing about it is that, like, guys, like, it's like, girls are like, let's start out as friends. That can work. It's so easy to get friend zoned.
True. I mean, it did work for me, but like, yeah, I can totally see how that would be the case.
Problem is like, if like I talk to a girl nowadays, I know guys who do this. They're just like, when I talk to a girl, I let her know straight up, I'm talking to you for this reason, right? Like, I'm not here to be friend zoned. So I enter into the relationship not as a friend, as a potential romantic interest. That's how I enter in.
I was literally thinking potential when you said that. Yeah.
So it's like I'm not entering in as, oh, you want to hang out as friends? Like, I heard one of my, oh, this made me bad. I heard like one of my friends, like, she was like, yeah, like, I'm going to help this girl, with her homework, the friend zone. I'm like, nah, that's the wrong idea, hombre. Like, that ain't, if you're helping her with her homework, dude,
that ain't it.
Dude, unless she's asking you to be, like, a tutor and, like, like, she doesn't need help in that class.
Yeah.
Dude. She's using you for but anyway, so I just have a little side note.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So Ray and I actually, you tried to help me out with one of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, tried to set me up with one of her friends. Attractive enough girl. So I had coffee with her. I think the first week of junior year, in the morning. It went off. We hit it off pretty well.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, it was a rainy day, like, sorry, okay, because you're like, in the morning, okay, anyways.
Do you want to hear the story or not?
Yes, I do.
So basically, I talked to her, and it's really cool. And then at the end of it, I'm like, oh yeah, we can like, like, oh, if you're free, we can like hang out and do something. Then she got awkward.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, and immediately, I can take a hint. I'm like, but I still try and invite her to things.
Yeah.
Nada.
No.
It's all.
Okay.
I've heard. I'm pretty sure 3 times I'll have to take a rain check on that, and not even on dates. I'm not asking her on dates. I'm asking her just like casual hangout things.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Also, here's another thing. A funny story. So the last
tell.
girl I talked to, she so she was like, okay, let's just be friends because the attraction isn't there.
Oh.
So basically, this is my coming out saying I'm a loser.
No.
So basically, she's like, yeah, but like we still before that had set up like just casually getting lunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's so freaking hard to get her to like do anything. Like I feel like Twist Arm just like to hang out. It's like, dude, we live on High Point, it's a tiny, you know what, campus. Like, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, sure, we can like, yeah, like we can still get lunch, I guess, like just as friends, like whatever. I go there. Lunch is at 12.
Oh no! Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I sit for over an hour
Oh no!
waiting. I snap. I'm like, hey, like I just got here. I got like little like round table in the back. Wait. Just nothing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be honest. Like it takes a lot to actually tick me off.
Yeah.
Like most, like you know me, I'm pretty. Like I have a sense of humor, but it's like I'm very easygoing.
Yeah, like you overall have a chill.
Yeah, so it's
persona.
like I was heated. I
Yeah, I don't blame you.
like no, like
yeah.
that, like I'm like that was probably one of the more angriest moments I've been in like a few years.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even sad. I was just ticked off. Like I was like because I'm like that's like a respect thing. You couldn't have enough respect for me, not even like as a friend, to make sure you don't like. I know stand me up's more used for dates, but it's like stand me up still. It's like because I feel like a loser, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
at least say that you forgot or something.
It's embarrassing.
You know?
It's like
text something.
well, like it was like an hour or two later. She said, "Oh, I slept. I took a nap. I overslept my nap."
Yeah.
But here's the deal: like we were supposed to get lunch right after her class. She should not have even been back at her dorm to sleep. So whatever. So anyway, so. It was like that whole deal was just like, this means like it's like a respect thing. And also, what made it worse, you know what makes that worse? Some of my friends saw me sitting there. Oh. They didn't know what I was sitting for. They invited me to come over sit with them. I was like, I said, no, I'm waiting for someone. And they're like, okay. So they sat down. Oh, no. They came in, I think, they came in before me, so I think they were actually there. So they were sitting down, and they were sitting, I kid you not, like probably 7 feet away. So direct line of sight. Oh. And they were just looking at me. And just look, you could tell in their faces they were kind of puzzled, who's supposed to show up? What's going on? And after a while, they could tell, like, oh, it's so and so. Whoever didn't show up. No. And so it was just like, and so they literally came over like, hey, how's it going on? I was on the phone. I got so lonely. I just started calling people. Because I'm like, I just don't want to look like I'm a loser. Like, just, like, that was probably the most loser feeling I've ever had in my life. Like, I've lost, I've done athletic, I've lost a lot of things. Obviously, I've had, like, bad relationships. But at no point during a bad relationship did I ever feel like just a full-out loser. Oh, no. And that felt like a loser. And that wasn't even, like, a relationship. That was just, like, I don't even know what that was, dude. It was, like, a waste of time.
Oh, you poor thing, no.
And now I'm cynical and jaded. I'm 21. I'm already cynical and jaded.
Oh, no.
But, here's the deal. A little side note. Girls get complimented a lot more than guys.
That is
true. The second a girl's born, even if it's not really true, her family and her friends will be like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, you look at a girl, she'll post something pretty stupid on Instagram or something, and all the comments will read, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, yes, queen. All this,
I was literally thinking, yes, queen.
Yeah, but for a guy, if a guy were to post something of himself,
like that just seems
the comments are like from his guy friends, like, nice t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like
cool kicks, bro.
But it's like something like silly and probably more sarcastic. So it's like girls don't realize when a girl gives a guy a compliment, that makes his day, because guys very rarely get compliments.
Yeah,
anything,
I have
from
heard
looks
that.
to anything. Yeah. They do not get, and so it's so awkward to manage, because I feel like guys, and you can't disagree with me on this. Overall, I feel guys are more romantic than girls. And what I mean by more romantic, I feel like you have a lot more guys who are hopeless romantics than girls. I feel like you have guys who are like, here's the deal, because I feel like guys are always searching for like the one girl, you know, to complete me or whatever. I feel like girls are at this. I don't know. I feel like they say they are that way, like searching for the one guy. But I feel like more girls are like, well, let me just look at the best options and I'll pick around. I'll see how it goes.
I mean, to be fair, that's like the case with both sides, you know. I mean, I feel like it's more for guys, just I guess in a way more advertised of having that mindset of the hopeless romantic. But I feel like there's still some girls that are, and I'm saying that as someone that actually is like, you know, but yeah. But.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like I don't know. It's
But I get what you mean though.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like it's I don't know. It's just a weird part because I feel like for guys, it's like they're not going to change like for a lot of reasons. It's like I don't know.
What do you mean change?
I don't know
exactly?
how to verbalize it. Like
just so I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, like, take me for example. Like, if I would change from the cynical, jaded, like, person I am, this person with a very self-deprecating sense of humor. Yeah, I would change. I would probably change that if I met someone who can make me feel better.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Your future girlfriend's gonna watch that and be like, oh my gosh, she said that.
What girlfriend?
No, I'm like...
What, dude, what are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like your future girlfriand, like for whatever reason,
Well,
if she
I have
stumbles
no
on
idea.
this and
Okay.
sees that, it's like, you know.
I don't know if I'm even compatible with like a future anything.
Why
I
you
don't
say
know
that?
because like, well, it hasn't. Well, like nothing has like worked super well so far. So like, what's that going to change? There must be some problem with me, or there must be like, or maybe I'm just really bad at picking them. Okay, I think I am bad at picking them. I think that's part of the problem because the past few girls I'm interested in have turned out to be whack. Okay, they're nuts.
Whack.
This last girl was like, oh, I learned about Buddhism. Like, what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Get out. She better not watch this.
Okay, so I have one for jaded Parker over here.
Buddhism? Are you kidding me, dude? You joking me right now?
I have one last question for you.
Dude, this is just like ridiculous. Okay, I need to say one more thing.
Okay, so your last thing.
All
and
these
last
girls
one,
have
last
like
question.
have like you may have one, and this is no offense to anyone that does have one.
What?
Every girl has a freaking therapist nowadays. What's the deal with that? I'm sorry. Like, I feel like I'm sorry. It's like
the fact that you did that and then like
it's not bad. If you have a therapist, it's not bad. I probably need a therapist. I probably need one. It's okay.
Maybe after that comment you're gonna be like...
No, let me say that. I'm drinking ice right now. No. So anyway, so like, but like every girl's a
Gosh, my
therapist
cheeks
now.
hurt.
Every girl's got these big mental issues.
I guess because we're just more apt to talk about it more because we're just more open with like
But why?
emotional and
Whatever
stuff.
happened to like?
I don't know. I guess it's a society thing. We just girls feel
Doesn't
more
that
like
cost
they
so
can...
much money?
I
Wait, do
personally
you have
don't
a
know.
therapist?
No.
That's a rare breed, dog. Dude, I'm gonna. Dude, they got all these issues, and I'm not saying like everyone has issues, okay?
I mean, you're right.
But,
Just the way you looked at me when you
here's
said
the
that, I'm like,
problem.
what?
If you're going to your therapist before you go, like your hopefully a boyfriend you really trust. If you have a boyfriend you really trust, you talk to him before you talk to the therapist. Do not go over my head to be like talk crap about me to the therapist. This got a little bit too real. It's got a little bit too real. Okay.
But yeah, I see your point though. I mean, especially if you have like an issue for whatever reason, how big or small it is with a person, you should talk to that person first before
Dude,
the
if
therapist.
any of one of like my exes see this, or any girl I've talked, they are going to get fooled. They're going to flip.
I mean,
side note.
I highly doubt
I went
that
on a
because I
hike.
know my viewer count. So
I
like-
know. So I went on a hike with a girl, sophomore year to stupid Hanging Rock. Not even that good of a hike in my opinion.
Hot take on Hanging Rock. You
Hot
can write
take,
a Yelp review on
2
it.
out of 5 stars. It's not the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Fair. Blue Ridge is awesome.
So anyway, so I go there with a girl
Mhm.
who I met on like a Halloween well yeah I wish I didn't.
Oh.
So I went with her to Hanging Rock, and we actually met at a haunted farm.
I'm sorry, I thought
that the rec center was playing on.
Did she
So
leave you hanging?
No. I only ever got stood up at one lunch.
I had to because of Hanging Rock, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it's too real. But anyway, so Hanging Rock. So we go there, and as we get to the top, she mentions she has a boyfriend.
Why not when you were still at
Why
the
the
bottom
heck
of
are you
the
hanging out with me then? One-on-one? What do you think I'm here for? What, to be a friend? I'm sorry, dude, but like, okay, this ties back into, we were talking about like girls being like naive more so than guys. Like, if like someone's being nice to you.
Yeah.
I do think this is like, emotional. I think like, here's the deal. Girls, I think like, they're like, everyone's like a friend, everyone's this. They're much more naive to like, if a guy's being nice to you, and so like, if I took like a girl out, like you have a boyfriend, if I took you out to Hanging Rock 101, I don't think your boyfriend would be very comfortable with that. Am I wrong?
I mean, especially because he hasn't met you yet.
Here's the deal. Yeah. And people are like, so like, here's the deal. So when I say this, I'm like, if you're in a relationship, like if, like as a guy, if I'm in a relationship with a girl, mm-hmm. I feel like even though I have like close like girls who are friends, I do not hang out. Needs to be a comfortable distance because it's like, and it's not that I don't trust myself. And I think I would hope my girlfriend would put at least a little bit of distance between her and her guy friends, like between how much they hang out one-on-one. And I'm not saying like it's not because I don't trust myself or I don't trust her. Mm-hmm. It's simply a respect thing. That's how I see it. It's simply respect me enough to make me exclusive. Yeah. And I'm saying for guys, respect her enough to make her exclusive. Because the deal is like, you don't want to be, even out in public, giving mixed signals. Mm-hmm, true, and the problem is like, I think it's just natural for people. If I see my girlfriend hanging out with a guy, like, a lot, and he's not gay, I think it's just natural. Yeah, I'm naturally going to be uncomfortable. Because I'm going to start thinking, well, is she going to compare me with him? Mm. And, she's going to be like, well, I wish Parker was more like so-and-so, right? In this certain way. True, yeah. And the same is true with girls. And here's the problem. It is true with guys. Because here's the deal. And a lot of this ties back into the last girl I was talking about. The last girl I talked to. Anyway. So, I met her friend. And so, I just talked to her real quickly. And the idea came across my mind. I think I may like her more. I think...
Parker's making sure she didn't just randomly appear.
Well, I think was like my thing was like I think I actually have more in common with a friend. But of course I don't act on it. I'm not that kind of guy. But I did thought it crossed my mind. She better not see it. The thought was like I was like legit like oh, the friend's kind of cute. I don't know what that was, but
I don't either.
Yeah.
So I have one final question for you.
Okay.
As a single guy in the modern day era, what advice would you give for guys when it comes to dating and the pursuing of people?
I'm not the one to ask.
Well, you've had like a lot of great insight, though.
Yeah, failures and like heartbreak. I have yet to. Okay, here's the problem. I have had so much like crap thrown my way. I've stopped caring.
Oh, no.
The past, 2 girls I did, I didn't care. Oof. That may make me sound like a really bad guy.
Oof.
But at this point, I don't care. I'm sorry, it was fun while it lasted. Well, that sounded wrong. Okay.
It's more just after a while, you just had the expectation of it not working out because of it. Yes. How it worked in the past.
The second my expectation goes up, hey, this could work out. Maybe not I'm not thinking about marriage, but I'm just saying long term. This could work out, be fun.
Yeah.
No, it always blows up on my face because my name's Parker Newman and my luck is utter garbage. Any guy that's been able to make it work, how do you do it? And how do you do it and not just become an utter sellout?
Well, I guess we'll leave on that note.
Wait, what was your question? Oh, like what advice would I give?
Yeah.
Keep the faith alive. Keep hoping for keep hoping for a girl that doesn't have a therapist. Yo, if a girl says she has a therapist, you better book it and start writing. You don't want none of that trouble. You know what I'm saying? You don't want none of that trouble.
I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that.
She got a therapist, dog? Are you kidding me? Okay, that sounds really bad. She could be a nice person. Okay. Here's the problem. So I briefly went on a dating app, and then this ruined my ego even more.
Well,
you want to know why?
Okay,
it had like a good amount of like matches,
Mm-hmm.
but all of them were like these fat girls. Like,
Why you gotta say it like that? Now I'm gonna get canceled.
No, I'm not. If there's guys that like that out there, you know, there's those guys that like that. I'm not one of them. like I like to work out. I like to run. I like to be in shape. Our interests will not align.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just don't find it physically attractive.
Oh, my cheek hurts.
But here's the deal. So it's like that just showed my ego because I'm like, dude, the only girls that like me are these fat girls, man. Like, dude, like, it's like all these like fat girls. Like, what's about me that attracts like these big old women, man? I don't want to be that KFC Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my gosh. I was not expecting
someone in the
that,
comment section,
but then kind of expecting that at the same time. You know what I mean?
Big old women. We got big old women down here, man. Dude, I don't know what it's about me. Dude, and when I do like match with like a girl who's like legit like pretty, I will reach out to her. No response. So I guess here's the problem. In their eyes, I'm attractive, but not attractive enough. Like there's
to talk
like
to.
like a mountain, right? I'm like right on the incline. I'm right on the side of it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not quite at the top. There's a little hill that I'm not quite over. I'm somewhere on that hill. Like maybe near it. Like the last girl said, like, I think you're good looking, but I'm not physically attracted to you. I have good features. As my friends say, I have good features, but as a whole package. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of an entertaining personality.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think anyone watching this would clearly see that.
As a friend, I have an entertaining personality. As a romantic interest, no.
Oh
no! Hashtag I love love.
Oh.
I don't even know what love is. Honestly, love, it sounds like there's some magical thing in the air. It's like legit, love sounds amazing. I feel like I'm missing out on something. Not even love, just having someone care for you. Like, it sounds like I'm not asking for love.
You kind of are,
well,
though.
I don't know if it's even like real.
Yeah.
I mean between human to human. So I don't know if it's even real or it's just like
no.
Or like we're just because here's the deal. Like it's like, or I wonder if it's at this point. It's like we're just so compatible. We're able to live with each other and not and be like and do things efficiently and like at least enjoy each other to a degree. So it's like, what if love is just not even like a feeling? Like it's just like, oh, we're like people are just like you just get to a point where like, oh, we're just compatible. But then again, I think like
that sounds so
bleak. But that's sad because there's no one, right? There's no like the one. It's just like. There's like in my opinion, like I'm probably compatible with a good number of people. I feel like most people are at least compatible with more than one, to some degree. Who knows? It's bigger than me.
And on that interesting phrase.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. Also, girls are bad. There's like I'm not ready for a relationship. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Guys, this is advice. Guys, that's BS. Everyone is always ready for a relationship at college. I've never gone that. It's a lot of busy time. I'm not ready for. I'm always ready. Honestly, like if I meet someone today that sweeps me off my feet, yeah, I'm ready. It won't happen.
Well, with that attitude, Parker.
No, I just, dude, if there's so many people that do not need to be watching this. Those big old girls I match with.
Oh
no. Big girls always catfish you in the bio. They take these really close ups of their face with like some weird filter to make them the face look, I guess, slimmer. But when you look at their Insta, you realize you've been catfish because they didn't show you a full body picture, and you realize the reason why they didn't show one is because they're big. We're in a pandemic of big girls catfishing guys
Oh my god!
by just showing their face and nothing else. Where is a pandemic?
I'm so glad I've never had to be on a
Yeah,
dating
wait.
app. I'm so glad I got
You've
fortunate.
never been on dating app?
No.
I wish I was never on one either. It destroys men. Yeah, we're in a pandemic of big old girls, dog. Mask up.
Well, on that note, I'll end this episode. It was truly a pleasure to talk with you and spend time with you on this episode.
Yeah, sure.
It was a great time. Thanks for coming back. And maybe you'll be back
Well, last
again.
time we talked about film.
Maybe
this
you'll be
time-
back again for more. Who knows?
Maybe if I'm happy, we'll be back.
Oh no! Like an update.
Do you guys like depression?
See you,
Depression-
lovely.
Hey, boys.